Um, okay. Hi, and welcome again. Thank you all for joining us today for the International Student Experience Info section hosted by the Brown School at Washington University in St. Louis. Before we get started, here are a few housekeeping items for you. First of all, we are currently using the Zoom webinar today. So while you can hear and see from us, we cannot see you face virtually. However, you are more than welcome to use the Q&A or chat section during the whole section to submit your questions, comments, or introduce yourself. We will also reserve the Q&A section at the end to answer your questions. And next, we will record the section today. So if you cannot attend the full sections, you can always review this recording via Brown School YouTube channel or the Brown School webpage. All right, we really want to be mindful of the time, so we will go ahead and get started. To begin, my name is Zizi Shishili, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm currently the manager of global programs at the Brown School. My main job is to work closely with international students and scholars in terms of academic advising, event coordination, and student recruitment. I also graduated from the Brown School with social work degree. And as a previous international student here, I'm very excited to talk about today's topic, which is international student experience at the Brown School. And next, I will introduce our co-host today, Tammy Ohlhort, who is the Director of Global Programs here at the Brown School. Let's welcome Tammy.
Hello, thank you very much, Deepti. As she mentioned, I am the Director of Global Programs, so I work with a wide variety of constituents at the Brown School who are interested in all things global. So that includes our international students, our, as we call them, field-based courses that are led by faculty abroad, global internships, working with our faculty who do global research, and working with Deepti around programming and support and orientation for our international students. So I'm very happy to be here as well.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Also here today, we also have 4 of our current international students, Peter, Wade, Nandu, and Yu Chen, to join us to talk about their experiences. And now I will have you, each of you, introduce yourself, including your name, home country, graduation year, degree programs, and concentration or specialization area, and also your favorite thing of being an international student at a Brown School. So I would let Peter go first. Let's welcome Peter.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today to hear from us from Brown School. My name is Peter Kalulu, and I come from Uganda, the northern part of Uganda. I've been fortunate to join Brown School and doing Master of Public Health. My specialization is global health. So I think something I like about Brown School is that I have the support I need that is making me be what I am today, tomorrow. So I appreciate that. So that's what I'm proud about when it comes to Brown School. Thank you.
Next, let's welcome Wei.
Hi, my name is Wei. I'm a third-year MSW MPH student, and actually it's my last semester. So I'm at the end of my journey in Brown School. So excited to start a new life transition process. And my concentration in social work and health, specialization is sexual health and education. And also I'm doing dual degree studies of public health program, and I'm doing generalist specialization. And I come from China. Thank you so much for inviting me here, and so happy to answer any question you have.
Thanks, Wei. Next, let's introduce Nandu to give a brief introduction. Welcome, Nandu.
Thank you, thank you for having me. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I know you are from the different parts of the world. So yeah, my name is Nandu Meshram, and my pronouns are he, him, his. And I'm dual degree student of MPH and MSP, likely to be graduated in 2025. And my concentration is global health. And I'm from India. And why I choose Brown School is that I like the holistic approach of the school to address the public health. And I find this unique program, that is a dual degree program of MPH and MSP, that is a Master of Social Policy, so which adjunct the MPH program. So, and it, holistically address the health disparities. And that was my interest. And that's why I choose Brown School, and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Nandu. Next, we will pass it on to Ethan.
Hi, everyone. And it's nice to virtually meet every one of you. And thank you for joining us. My name is Yuten, and I use she, her pronouns. And I'm a first-year Master of Social Work students. And my concentration is children, youth, and families. And yeah, I'm from Taiwan. And something I liked about the Brown School as an international student, as a first semester student, is that I get to know a lot of people from all over the world and learn about what they were previously doing, like before coming to the Brown School. I think that's really cool.
All right. Thank you all for your introduction today. And I know that we will dive deeper into the discussion during the whole session. Next, I will have Tammy to just give you an overview of the Brown School International Student Cohort and also some of the support and resources we have. Okay, I will pass it on to Tammy.
Yeah, and that was a great segue because we are a very diverse school. In front of you, you can see countries where we've had students from. We currently have over 170 international students across all of our programs, representing many different countries. In fact, we're quite proud because the number of students from African countries has been increasing, and it's really a diverse group of students from Africa, but then from all over the world. So you definitely are going to get the opportunity to learn from different perspectives and to see how things are done in different parts of the world and to learn from each other. And while you're here, next slide, you'll be supported through many different opportunities and offices. So we do have a student-centered approach at the Brown School. So as you can see, these are different types of support. So we have university level things like our Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity. We have a very engaged student affairs team. Obviously, global programs is the office that Zitzi and I work in. We've got specific academic supports like the statistics lab or the communications lab or the writing center or our very talented and helpful in-house library. We have also career advising and professional development, which is something you can get involved with now because our open classroom is free and available for people all over the world. It's on Zoom. And then we have financial services. You will also have the opportunity to get involved in different groups and programs, and you'll have numerous advisors from academic to financial to career to field. So that's just a few things that we do to support the students at the Brown School. Next slide. And then there's things across the university as well. So you will become quite familiar with our Office of International Students and Scholars. We have a new office that is for international student engagement. They're working on different ways that they can support international students. We have a health and wellness center right on campus, English support through the Brown School and university-wide, transportation. As a Brown School student, you will get a free U-Pass, as we call it, which is good for all of the transportation around St. Louis on our Metrolink and our buses. But then we have university-specific transportation in the forms of shuttle buses that go around the campus and right off campus, and then campus to home is a specific transportation to get students from campus directly to their home. And then there's just so much going on in terms of cultural events and student groups and theater and lots of opportunities to get involved. Yeah, so next slide. Let's see what. So I already talked about OISS, but they do all of the advising for your visa status, no matter what visa that you're coming in on, and also help with CPT and OPT, which if you don't know what that is now, you will. It's around work authorization while you're a student and then after a student, and then all the legalities like getting a social security number if you're working and taxes and that sort of thing. Yeah, so before we move on to the next slide, I want to hear from the panel about how you found the Brown School, because you probably weren't able to visit. If you were, that's great, but I know it can be harder for international students. So how did you find the Brown School and what made you decide to come here? Anybody on the panel want to address that?
I can go first. Yeah, right. So it can be like a boring experience. I just like searching the rank for Master of Social Work program at that time. And like Brown School is as a second on the list. So I was like, interesting. And I just like search the like website and found out like Brown School is providing very like multiple direction of like concentration and specialization. I'm like, that's great because I can dip in the field I'm interested in. I was like, that might be a good choice for me. Then I apply. After that, I think I connect with one of the student ambassador at the time, and she provided me like a great amount of information about the living of the life experience in St. Louis and how to find a practicum site. And then I felt like, it probably is a like very supportive community here, and I think that's the reason why I feel like probably it's a good fit for me to join Brown School and continue my social work study.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Maybe to add on that, Brown School and WashU at large has a great collaboration with international organizations. So I didn't know, but it was in partnership with the organization I work with back home. So one day I see an email coming from the executive director about admission information session about Brown School. I said, oh my God, I think I have to join this. So when I joined, I saw many people on the call. They gave me many information about deciding on to apply. So I said, okay, I think I should apply for this. When I applied, I had applied to different universities too, but Brown School admission team were good at communication. Every time I need anything, I can meet them on Zoom and talk to them about my personal information, what specific things I needed from them. And also the scholarship is something that was very good. Me, myself, I would not come to the US to study for my master's, but because of the scholarship they offer, I think that pulled me from the different universities that gave me admission.
Okay. So I have another question for you, one that's near and dear to my own heart because it involves my own research. But what do you find different about the Brown School classroom compared to your home university?
Yeah, to me, the Brown School holistically, addresses the living environment. Just like there in India, I was not supposed to, I had not opportunity to watch pre-recorded videos or the support that professors are giving by you just have to email your professor and professor will get back to you. So I think this is the holistic approach of the professor and the cordial relationship between the students and the teachers. I think this is the most important thing that I really appreciate in Brown School.
Has anyone used any of the resources that we mentioned before with all the green boxes?
Yeah, I've used I think many apart from I think I'm planning to use Habib for mental health resources that is available. But I've used Communication Lab, that's Peter Coogan. Peter Coogan has helped me a lot during my assignment, during my other writing presentation that I've been having for my poster session. I could visit him and it guides me as an international student how to write the best way to write, how to organize presentation. I've also used the Writing Center, not only Peter Coogan, and also the Stat Lab to do my data analysis for assignment and also for my paper that I've been working on with different centers at Brown School. So I think I've used them a lot. Also, OISS during my practicum, during my social security number. So I've used them a lot. I think I'm almost finishing the centers at Washington.
Well, Peter, we should say, just had the opportunity to present the research that he did, that he started initially as part of his practicum at 2 separate conferences. So we're really proud of him for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next slide, because actually I believe we're going to talk more about HABIF, which Peter mentioned. Well, first OIS. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so HABIF, as we refer to it, is both our medical center for mental health and physical health, but also there's a pharmacy there. You can get immunizations there, which you will probably have to do. You weren't able to get some of them in your country before you leave, because some immunizations are required. Students get 9 free mental health counseling services. They have tons of groups and wellness, and then if you truly are sick, you can go there. There's a full medical staff, and then they will refer you as well if you would need additional more specialized care. As you can imagine or have probably heard, healthcare in the United States is expensive. So we're really fortunate to have this resource right on campus that students have eligibility for. So next slide. And then just to show you some of the opportunities here on campus, from the gym to some of the cultural opportunities. Top right is the adorable dogs are Brookie and Bear, who are somewhat new to the Brown School. They're support animals that go around and make everybody happy, and yeah, they just visited the Brown School recently. So there's no excuse not to get involved, because there's so much going on both in the Brown School and around WashU. Next slide. We mentioned some of the academic supports, but we also have English language supports. So you will be tested as a Brown School student, and if you test into it, then you'll be enrolled in a free English language course that's tailored to the Brown School curriculum. So actually the picture on the top right with the arch in the background, which is also in my picture, the full arch, which is taller than the Statue of Liberty, you can go all the way to the top of that. So recently a group of our Brown School English language students went to the arch as part of the class. They're in the museum there, which is, the arch was erected as a monument to the gateway to the west, because St. Louis was the last major city before settlers would start the long trek to the west coast. So there's a great free museum down there, and then you can go all the way to the top of that arch. And so they just did that a couple weeks ago. And then, of course, we've mentioned, Peter mentioned it too, but the communication lab, which is located right on the same floor as the advisors. Peter Coogan, who runs that, knows the Brown School curriculum really well, and is available to meet with students. And then we have a university-wide WashU Writing Center too, for students to get support with all forms of writing and communication and presentations and policy memos and that sort of thing. English Corner is through OISS. It's probably now just moved to OISE if you want some help with practicing your conversational English. Okay, and then next slide. So this is Ziti. Is there anything that the panel wants to add about supports before we move on?
I would add that the library staff members are also very helpful, because for a lot of social work courses, foundation courses at least, we have to do a lot of article searching, and so if we like schedule an appointment with Lori, the library member, staff member, she will guide you step to step to figure out how to start with the really broad concept into like a very narrow specific topic that you were trying to search. And also just for all of the resources we mentioned in the previous slides, most of our instructors will invite the staff members to come to the class, and so you don't have to worry about looking for those resources on your own. They're there for you already before you start digging into the websites and try to find each of them.
Excellent point. The library is a real treasure. There's multiple libraries on the WashU campus, but we have our own Brown School specific one that's located in Brown Hall, and they are really helpful. They will sit down and help you navigate how to do the search and what databases to use. And you can have books delivered from literally all over the world through interlibrary loan. So it's a great resource. So Ziti, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk more about our students.
Yeah, thank you so much for Tammy for sharing the resources, support we have here at the Brown School and also at Washington University. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about our student engagement, which is a really significant part of your life here at the Brown School and at WashU. So we are dedicated to fostering a welcoming and inclusive environment, which builds supportive connections among all the students, including our international students. And our student groups plays a very large part in our dynamic student life. At the Brown School, student groups are usually driven by student interest and passion, and they help students to connect with people, connect with people with who have similar interests. There are also various student groups available, and they provide connections and community and additional support and resources for students. I just want to show some examples here at the Brown School. For example, first of all is the Brown School Student Coordinating Council, which is also called SCC. So SCC is the student-led governing body of the Brown School. SCC oversees school-wide events and aids in facilitating activities hosted by other student groups. Also, there's another example is the International Student Association, and I know some of you are the members of this group. This is a group that dedicate to promoting an inclusive environment and fostering a sense of cultural awareness for the international community here at the Brown School. And before I jump to the next slide to talk about some of our culture, academic, and social events, I want to invite our panel to share some of their experiences with the student groups and student life here at the Brown School.
Yeah, can I go first?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm happy to share with you all that. So I'm a dual degree representative in SCC, and we are helping a lot, and we are having the weekly meeting and the weekly happy hours for the student. So student used to come there and share their experiences, have some food or refreshment. And also we are organizing the outdoor events, just like hockey game and all. So and we are giving the free tickets. So it's a kind of one of the means of engaging student and just relieving their stress. Also, there is a center for human rights, gender, and migration. so which holds the Student Advisory Council. So I'm also in that council, and it gives a lot of perspective to address human rights issues in health. And this year's theme is anthropology and forensic anthropology and human rights. So there are so many student groups and the student organization where you are entitled, or you are invited to participate and do whatever your passion wanted you to become. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Nandu. Any additional comments or sharing from our panel?
I think Nandu summarized most of the thing. Brown School Student Coordinating Council, they have been so much important to the student community, making sure we have the time outside class. So they have been organizing many social events that take us, all of us, out to a central place to talk to each other, to connect to each other, to drink, eat, and have fun. So I think that is also part of our life that we also need to make sure we continue performing well in class. So that social connection with St. Louis community is very important. That I think Student Coordinating Council is doing to make sure we are supported on that. And maybe to add on is the global programs. When you come this side, they are the office that will have everything laid down for you, orientation in the beginning. As an international student, that is very important for us to understand in a new place that you go to. So global programs is there for you to support you when you arrive here, to give you direction, where to go, where not to go. So you will be guided, I'm sure. So global program is also very important in this case.
Thanks, Peter. Any additional comments before we jump into the social events? Okay, next slide. So next slide, we will talk about just some highlights of our academic, culture, and social events here at the Brown School. Our university and school are committed to making international student experience a very, very positive one. And we host a lot of programs and events and initiatives to assist and support our students during their time here at our school and beyond. So starting with the Brown School orientation, like Peter mentioned earlier, and extended through the academic year, you will find a full calendar of academic, social, and cultural events, just like you see here at the slides. Some highlights including the celebration of Lunar New Year, Ramadan, Culture Showcase, African Film Festival, and so on. So yes, like we have so much going on here, not just at the Brown School, but also at WashU level that allows students to connect with people who share the similar culture, academia and career, development goals and interests and passions and so on. Okay, so here just a really just a short nutshell of our culture events and student engagement piece here at the school. And then next, I will go ahead to just give you some more reminder and also the resources. So mark your calendar. In this slide, you will see a lot of just some important deadlines coming up. Here's just a friendly reminder for our applications, for our application deadlines and upcoming events. So again, we are currently accepting applications for the fall 2024, and then the upcoming deadline is December 1st, which is the priority consideration deadline. So if you submit the application by then, you will receive the admission and scholarship letter by February 1st, 2024. You will be given the priority consideration for the scholarship opportunities. And after that, we are going into the rolling admissions. March 1st is the regular admission deadline. is also coming up very soon. So if you submit your application before December 2nd to March 1st, you will still be considered scholarships, and you will get your admission decisions from 6 to 8 weeks after you submit your application. We also have an upcoming info sections, Ask Me Anything, scheduled for November 15th. I know so many of you have questions regarding, like application, funding opportunity, and etc. So we are very happy to help you address those questions during the next section. Also, I will show you the next slide. Virtual connections. In addition to the info section, Ask Me Anything, like I just mentioned earlier, we also have a lot of recordings for our past info sections, including submit a strong application, introduction to social work, public health, and social policy programs, and more. So if you scan the left QR code here, you will go into the Brown School admission web page, where you can find so many recording resources there, to help you to just prepare for your application process. In addition to info sections, there are also ways to connect with us. Just like I see earlier in the chat, people want to connect with current student like Peter or Wei. You could either use our Brown School like the official email address, brownadmissions@worcester.edu, or you could use our submitting form to submit your request. And we are so happy to help you to connect with our current students or departments or admission team, so that you can learn more about our programs here. In addition to our email address, we also have so many social media platforms and channels that you can connect with us further. For international students, you can go to our YouTube channel, WashU Brown School, or you can search our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and WeChat Brown School for other ways to connect with us. So yeah, we want to hear from you, and we are excited to hear from you. This is just a really quick overview of our virtual connections. So now we are gonna jump to the most exciting part, the Q&A, to address some of your questions. So I know that there are already some questions in the chat and also in the Q&A section, but we did have some pre-submit questions, and we want to address those questions first. First of all, living experiences. I know that some of our panels already share their living experiences during the section, but here are some more detailed questions for the panel. So the first of all is the question about your cohort. What does your cohort look like? It can be MSW, MPH, MSP. Can you describe what people are there studying with you? Okay. And I will share any panelists who want to share their classroom or school experiences.
Yeah, so I will talk about Master of Public Health. I don't want to go so specific to global health because like we are all family in the MPH program. So specialization is just something that is specific. So in my Master of Public Health program, we are combined with other different concentration like social work. We come together. Most often we mix, we get into class that we share together. So that is the first thing. But I think I should say my cohort, it's full of people from different countries. That's number one. And we share a lot when it comes to group discussion. We help each other. We have been going for different social events. So we are like a cohort. We are in education, but we also respect our life outside the university. So we have times that we meet for our social events, like MPH social event alone, not organized by the Student Coordinating Council. So we are in education, but also we think about our other life outside school. So I think we are diverse. We like education, we like also life outside, which is also very important for your personal health, to have also life outside that. But beyond that, I think, yeah, we can hear from other panelists to also talk about their experience in their cohort.
Yeah, I would say Brown School is the best example of unity in diversity. So we have so many international students and from different background, different culture, even different socioeconomic strata. But the one thing is common with us is the passion for the health equity. And Peter is my very good friend, and we are in the same concentration, that is global health. Although I am switched a little bit to MSP this year, but yeah, and the professor or the teachers, they want you to make get together with the another students. Like they will ask like count 1 to 3 or like that, and they will group together so that you will get an opportunity to share your thoughts with your peer. So that will give you the not only you will learn from the professors, but there is a lot to learn from your colleagues as well. So I like this approach, and this is where you will not only grow, you will not only get the knowledge and education, but it will install the leadership qualities as well. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Nandu and Peter. Our next questions. So what is the cost of living in St. Louis? Can you share a little bit about your experience as an international student?
Yeah, as compared to other big cities, metropolitan cities in US, St. Louis is much cheaper, and the cost of living is reasonably low as compared to the other metropolitan cities in US. And so far as my living is concerned, I'm living with my friend who is a spine surgeon over here. So that is not, so the cost of living is much less for us. But most of my friends are living nearby campus, and as the university is providing the UPass, so that's a great help for the international student, because we don't have to pay for the transportation, and that is not going to pinch our pocket. So that's a good asset for us. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanna echo to Nandu. So I feel like the rent in St. Louis area is really like affordable than any other place in the US. And other than the like UPass, we also have like school shuttle, like shuttle to home. So every time like if I have like a class during 6 to 9, after that I can take the shuttle to home. It's very like convenient opportunity for student to like for transportation.
I can add on to more like the entertainment part. So there's a lot of events, festivals in St. Louis, and they're either very low cost or free. And even though I've been here for only like 2.5 months, I would say if you're going to another like big city to attend similar events, it will cost you a lot. But here it's like you can just like enjoy those experience without concerning too much about the cost, like how much you have to pay to enjoy, to have fun.
Yeah, thank you all for the sharing. And I know some of you have touched a little bit about transportation, and we did have another question about the housing search process. Is it difficult to find housing close to the campus? Could you please tell us a little bit about your experiences with housing and any advice for this process? Anybody has some tips for looking for housing for international students?
Yeah, I think I can talk to that. I got the house I'm living in right now when I was still in Uganda. So here is how Brown School will provide you the resources you need to make sure you get housing. So we have the quadrangle, that is like housing managed by the Washington University in St. Louis. That is a direct link that will be sent to you when you're admitted as additional resources to help you look for where to stay, where you want to live. But apart from that, we have other resources like Facebook account. They will tell you to open your Facebook account. They will tell you to follow many of the important social media for WashU. So it will provide you with the information you need to search for places to stay, where to stay. I got mine through Facebook. So there was a group on Facebook for WashU. So it's safe. So you can go there and you search for the house that are available, and then you can communicate with the person who is having the house. I did mine, I communicated through Facebook, and it was within WashU. So it's a 15-minute with the train, and they have already told the train is free. So it's the cheapest I can use to get from home to campus, campus to home. So it's very convenient and very safe. I saw something about is St. Louis safe in the chat. I think I would tell you that St. Louis is safe. I've been in St. Louis, now I'm making 2 years. I've moved at night, I've moved during the day, I've moved late at 3 a.m. So I think I've felt safe. I've been using train most of the time, but we have some other means of transportation that you can also use. We have CarShare, that is WashU in partnership with companies within that you hire a car as cheap as $5, you use it like for 1 hour, and then you return back the car. So it has been also helping, but we have many within university resources that can help you. Louis, more especially Brown School, WashU, we have the police department. That is what makes it more even safer for you to be around. So we have police always around that guides and protect the university from any other outsiders. So I think St. Louis is safe. Not only St. Louis, but WashU is the safest.
Thanks, Peter, for the sharing. Any additional comments for these questions?
Yeah, apart from the WashU services, there is Uber and Lyft as well. So that's a fairly cheaper option for those who want to hire a cab.
I will also add that I know that there are a lot of housing options close to campus, so it usually takes like 20 minutes walk to get to campus. But although I personally don't live around the WashU area, like walking distance, I know where I started was that the Brown School provided us a Excel spreadsheet, so the incoming cohort can fill out their information, what kind of housing they're looking for, and so you can also start from that. So maybe you want a housing close to campus, you can find someone to look for that together, or if you have a car and you want to look for a housing that's farther away from campus, you can also find someone to look into that as well. So that spreadsheet really helps.
So I'll just add to that because there's a question in the chat about providing accommodation for international students. So the Brown School does not provide housing in that you that we already have it available and you can just move in. You will be responsible for finding your own housing. There is now on-campus housing that wasn't an option before. It's a little bit expensive, so I think most students still prefer to live slightly off campus because that's just cheaper. But there's many different ways where you can find roommates and find housing. Several of those have been mentioned by the students through the Facebook pages and spreadsheets and things like that. You also do have the opportunity to work on campus for up to 20 hours a week. As an international student on an F1 or a J1 visa, you can only work on campus. So that's a limitation, but there are lots of opportunities, not only in the Brown School, but across campus or even across the park, as we say, where the medical school is located. So we pay a minimum of $15.25 an hour, and you can work legally up to 20 hours a week on campus. You can work more full-time during the breaks. So that's some opportunity to earn money as well. And then I think for the financial support, I think we're going to cover that a little bit later. But yes, there are scholarships available specifically that international students can access, which is a little different, I think, than some other schools that have no merit-based scholarships. The Brown School does.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy, for touch base about some like part-time opportunities here at Brown School and Washington University for international students. And I want to ask go to the next part about, part-time opportunities. The first question for our panel is that, could you talk about your part-time job experience, if you have one here, and how did you find your current part-time opportunities, and how was the experiences so far?
Yeah, I can share some experience related to that. I have two part-time jobs on campus. The first one is, as we mentioned, the Habit. So Habit is not only the medical clinic or just the pharmacy, it's also like an educational platform for like our on-campus or living off-campus student. It try to like serve and provide a approachable and accessible like resource for students about like mental health, sexual health, and also like substance use and healthier behavioral or lifestyle. And I'm working in the health promotion program, like providing like referral resources to students on campus, and also providing like health supplies, just like COVID test kit or like mask and something else. And the second job is in like biological department. It's like a animal health let me see, caretaker. Yeah. So I found out the job while the Handshake is like a platform for students to search for part-time job opportunity and also for the practical opportunity. You can just connect with a hiring person or the employer directly and communicate about like your expectation and what you're looking for. I think it's a very great opportunity, and also can talk to the field education instructor and also career service on campus. They can provide all great suggestions to you.
Yeah, to add on that, when you come this side, they will first make sure you have the document you need to secure a job. So we have Career Center, Brown Career Services. So they help you tailor your CV, which is international, to fit what is required in the US. So mine was done. So after that, I applied on Handshake, through Handshake that we have just talked about. Through Handshake, there are many job opportunities within campus. So we are only allowed to work within campus, not off campus. So that's the only place we can work in. So when I applied, I got an interview with iChat. Later on, I got the job as a research assistant. But later on, I needed to also have other skills. I also got another job that was also in line of what I wanted. So I'm also currently working in 2 research assistant positions. So which is helping me to learn a lot more, applying the theory I learned from class to practical part of it. So that's something that is important. Then you will also have a career fair when you report that will bring all different centers employing research assistants within the university in the first month or late when you report. That will help you distribute your CV, your resume to them, and then see, you can even have immediate interviews with them to discuss your willingness to join them immediately. So you will have the support you need to secure a job within campus.
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. There's just one additional note. So for international students, you can work here on the campus, and in order to get paid, you may need like social security number and other paperwork. But again, we have dedicated office for international students, scholars, and global programs office, and a lot of other departments will help you to make sure you get all the documents and paperwork done so that you can get paid legally. And I thought Nandu want to add one more point.
Yeah, career fair was one of the event through which I was able to secure job. I'm currently working in the Race and Opportunity Lab as a community science fellow. And I think during the time you are here in Brown School, so the work environment here in US and our home countries is pretty different. So it's very important to have to know the work culture of US, and it will gives you the thorough insight of how to communicate with the people, or what are the health issues here in US. So I'm working in the Race and Opportunity Lab as a community science fellow, and we are addressing the health and other issues of particularly African American young boys and men.
Thank you all for the sharing. I know it's almost the end of the section, but I do have like one last question for the whole panel. I know that our first deadline, December 1st, is approaching, and many of you are very busy with preparing for your application. And for our panelists, what piece of advice do you have for the prospective students during this application season?
I would say statement of purpose is very important. SOP is very important part of the application, and you should stick to what you want to do, or and be true to yourself. And if you write what are your passion and what you want to do in the future, so I think that makes a difference. And the letter of recommendation also are very important, because it's very important to whom who are your recommenders, and if they are from the international community, or if they recommend you for the application process, and if they back up you, then you will easily get through the admission process.
Oh, sorry, we had a question. I was going to type it, but I clicked answer live about exemptions for the English language testing. So yes, if you attended school, your bachelor's degree in the United States, you're exempt from taking the English language class. If you were enrolled in an English language medium school abroad, you're exempt as well. We will do a holistic look at your test scores, your written English, and your interview, and then make a determination whether you need to take the course in the fall. And some students who are sort of on the bubble, as we say, will have to do the proficiency exam. So it's not automatically assumed that you have to take the English proficiency course in the fall. There are exemptions, and that's through my office. So if you have further questions about that, you can reach out to me.
Okay. let's circle back to the questions like for our panel is that what's your piece of advice for the prospective students who are during the application process?
Brown School is a great place to be. I've learned a lot, more especially in research and data analysis. So public health, equity. So I've learned a lot, and I think it's very important for international countries to come and learn, and then you can take back the ideas, the knowledge you have gained from here to help back home to also support people to grow health-wise. So it's a good place to be. I recommend you to put in your application, make sure if you need financial assistance, tick that in your application that you will need it so that you are given. If you ask for it, you're given. So make sure you're keen on that. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, I would like to say don't hesitate to reach out, and I feel like people in Brown School is really like supportive and accessible. So every year, like every class, I will feel like I'm in a very diverse community, and students here are empowered to share their own insight with different like life experience or cultural backgrounds. So we really appreciate student or individual have different insight or experience.
Yeah, I would like to say, if you are more interested towards the health equity and you want to make change in your community back home, so Brown School is the perfect place, because you will get knowledge anywhere in any school, but Brown School will make you leader to lead the communities and make significant change in their life. Yeah, thank you.
I would say that I understand the application process is very stressful. And for some people like me, I didn't come from a social work background, and I also didn't have a concrete idea of what career I wanted to have. And so I would say just give yourself some time to think about what you enjoy doing. And so for me, I know that I am interested in social work, but I didn't know what social work really is. So I just look into the Brown School's website and also talk to people who have like either from the Brown School or outside of Brown School who have background in social work. So just give yourself some time to reflect, to think about it, and at some point you'll feel prepared and you'll know what to write in your personal statement. So yeah, relax is the piece of advice I would give to you.
Yeah, thank you all for the very, very valuable, advice for our prospective students. And again, I know it's almost 10 o'clock. We really want to say thank you all for joining us today and or watch us our recording online. Also, thank you to our student panelists for providing us your first-hand experiences, and thank you all for watching. And I will have my our contact information here on this slide. So you are more than welcome to connect with us if you have any further questions about the international student experience. I know we don't have time to address all the questions here today, but again, we are having like more info section, or you can find our recordings on our webpage. And again, December 1st is coming up. We are very excited for your application, and also we are looking forward to connecting with you further in the future. And thank you, and hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Bye.